The Louis Vuitton display crashed to the floor. Clara's hands hit marble, arms wrapping around her 6-month belly as tiny onesies scattered like snow around her. Stay down where you belong. Kang Juwan loomed over her, designer shoe still raised from the shove. Behind him, his fiancée Park Minji watched with cold satisfaction. Clara's wrist screamed. Her dress tore at the knee. But worse was the fear. The baby. Please let the baby be okay. Whose baby is that, Clara? Juwan's voice dripped venom. Because it's not mine. You probably moved to the next Korean man the second I left. This couldn't be happening. Not here. Not after 10 months of rebuilding her life. This has nothing to do with you, Clara whispered. Let me go. Minji laughed. Sharp, cruel. She doesn't even know who the father is. Is this how you black girls operate? When get pregnant and find someone to pay? The words hit like fists. Clara had heard them before, from Juwan's mother, right before they threw her into the rain. You probably lost my baby on purpose. Juwan circled her like prey, then got pregnant by someone else for the scam. Clara's face went white. Lost on purpose? You chased me into a rainstorm. Your mother called me a whore and threw me out. The memory slammed back. That night 10 months ago, Juwan's family estate, his mother's rage. My son has a betrothed. You think we'd let him ruin his life for a black foreigner and her trapped baby? Being shoved into pouring rain, 3 months pregnant. Running blindly through Gangnam, sobbing. The black Mercedes, screeching brakes, strong arms pulling her back from death. The hospital, the cramping, the blood. Anna, I almost died that night. Clara's voice shook. I lost your baby, and the man who saved me is the father of this child. Juwan's face flushed red. You're lying! He grabbed her arm. She pulled away. He shoved harder. Clara stumbled backward, heel catching on scattered clothes. Time slowed. Her hands reached desperately to protect her belly, to shield her daughter from the impact coming. She crashed into another display. Metal bit into her ribs. Glass shattered. Pain exploded across her back. 2 men in black suits materialized, grabbing Juwan's arms. Get off me! Do you know who I am? Your family means nothing here, one said in accented English. Clara's phone skittered across the floor. Caller ID glowing. Gi Suak. Minji sneered. Another rich Korean man? Is that even his baby? Clara's hands shook, reaching for the phone. Everything hurt, but only the baby mattered. Gi Suak. Jagia, what's wrong? His voice cut through chaos, sharp with concern. I'm at the mall. I fell. Her voice cracked. The baby? His voice dropped to ice. Are you hurt? Is our daughter hurt? I don't know. Stay there, don't move. A pause, orders barked in Korean. Then, who's with you? She looked at Juwan, recognition dawning in his eyes. My ex, Kang Juwan. Silence, the kind before storms. The one whose family chased you into traffic, the one whose baby you lost. Yes. Good. Something in his voice made her shiver. I've wanted to meet him. Keep him there, Juwan whispered, strangled. Gisueok, Kong Gisueok, you're married to... Clara met his eyes. Eyes that once watched her thrown out like garbage, now wide with fear. The man who saved my life when your family tried to destroy it. The man who held me while I bled out your baby. The man who's been praying for this moment. Juwan's knees buckled. He sagged against Gisueok's men. Clara pushed herself up, wincing. Around them, crowds gathered. Security guards hovered uncertainly. You have 10 minutes before he gets here, Clara said quietly, hand pressed over her belly. I suggest you start praying. Hey, beautifuls. I hope you're enjoying Clara's journey so far. If this story is touching your heart, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss our powerful Afro-Korean romance stories. Drop a comment below telling me what you think Gi Sueok is about to do to Juwan. I love reading your predictions. Now, let's continue with this emotional ride. Through the glass entrance, Two black vehicles pulled up. Not one, not two, a motorcade, doors opening in synchronization, men in dark suits emerging like shadows. At the center, moving with lethal grace, was her husband, Guy Sueok. The mall held its breath. Conversations died. People stepped back without deciding to move. All black, suit, shirt, tie, like he'd prepared for a funeral. Features carved from stone, beautiful and terrifying. His eyes found her. Everything else ceased to exist. He crossed to her in purposeful strides, men fanning out behind him. People scattered. Guy Sueok dropped beside Clara, hands hovering as if afraid to hurt her further. Sarang, he said softly in Korean. Where does it hurt? Did you feel the baby move? His hands, the same that had broken bones, trembled, checking her over. She's moving, Clara whispered. Hey, I think she's okay. He closed his eyes briefly. When they opened, tenderness was gone. Only cold remained. Hospital, now. But first, he stood facing Juwon. The transformation was instant. The loving husband disappeared. What remained made grown men step back. Seoul's most dangerous man. Kang Juwon. Not a question. A promise of consequences. Mr. Kong, I didn't know. You didn't know the pregnant woman you kicked was my wife? Or that she's carrying my daughter? Both. I swear. You thought she still carried your baby? The one she lost because your family threw her into traffic? Juwon's face cycled through shock, confusion, denial. She lost? She never told me. You blocked her number, pretended she didn't exist. Complete silence blanketed them all. Let me tell you what happened. Gi Sueok's voice remained pleasant, somehow more terrifying. She ran into the street that night, suicidal with grief, stepped in front of my car. I barely stopped. Minji gasped. Seoul National Hospital. 3 hours of bleeding while doctors tried to save your baby. A son, by the way. She miscarried your dead son at 14 weeks while you celebrated your engagement. Juwon went sheet white. I didn't know. You didn't want to know. Gi Sueok's eyes were black ice. There's a difference. He crouched to Juwon's level. Juwon had slid down the wall. I promised her that night, if I ever met the man who destroyed her, I'd make him understand what he took. Please. You meant for her to disappear. The miscarriage was convenient. Gi Sueok stood. 10 months ago, I pulled her from death. Today you pushed her toward it again. My wife. My pregnant wife. I'll do anything. I don't want your money. His smile frosted glass. I want you to understand consequences. He turned to his second in command. Take them. Separate rooms. Don't let them leave. Returning to Clara, he lifted her effortlessly. She wrapped her arms around his neck, breathing his familiar scent. Gi Sueok settled Clara in his car. Classical music, warm leather, perfect control, except his hand still shook while buckling her seatbelt. Hospital, he told his driver. Then to her, hold on, Jagia. Clara squeezed his fingers, feeling the baby move. Still there, still fighting. As they pulled away, she looked back. Through glass doors, Juwon slumped against the wall, surrounded by black suits. 10 months ago, he'd thrown her away. Today, he'd kicked her pregnant. And now he'd learned what it meant to cross Kang Gi Sueok. Justice was coming, and it would be absolute. Seoul National Hospital, where they'd met, where she'd lost Juwon's baby, where a stranger decided to save her. Dr. Kim appeared within minutes, not a resident, the head of obstetrics herself. 20 minutes of examination, ultrasound, blood pressure, physical assessment. Everything looks good, Dr. Kim smiled. Baby's heart beats strong, no complications, bruising and a sprained wrist, but nothing serious. 48 hours bed rest. Gi Sueok's entire body sagged with relief. Once alone, Clara reached for his hand. See? We're fine. He kissed her knuckles. You're fine now. In our home, where I can protect you. No more going anywhere without security. I had security, not close enough. His jaw clenched. This is my fault. This isn't your fault, it's his. Something dark flickered in his eyes. Yes, it is. What are you going to do? What do you want me to do? Clara thought about Ju-Wan's contempt, Minji's cruelty, that rainy night. I want him to lose something he can never get back. Like I lost our son. Gisuak's smile was cold and satisfied. Then that's what we'll do. At the penthouse, he drew her a lavender bath, helped her undress, fingers tracing bruises forming on her back. Each mark darkened his expression. Don't think about it, Clara said softly. Just be here. He slid in behind her, arms careful around her, hand on her belly where their daughter moved. Tell me about that night, what you were thinking when you saw me. Long silence, then. I was coming from a bad meeting, angry, distracted. Suddenly, you were there, in the street. I knew I couldn't stop. His heart beat faster against her back. Tae-hyun grabbed the wheel. We missed you by inches. When I got out, you were standing in the rain, crying like your world had ended. It had. I know that now. Then I just knew someone had broken you so badly that death seemed better. His arms tightened slightly. Then you collapsed, started bleeding. I drove like hell to this hospital because I'd be damned if I let you die in the street. Clara twisted to face him. You saved my life. You saved mine too. He cupped her face. I was becoming something cold and empty. Then you came, broken and beautiful, and suddenly I had a reason to be more than the monster everyone feared. You're not a monster. I am, but I'm your monster. That makes all the difference. After the bath, he'd ordered kimchi jjigae from her favorite restaurant. They ate in bed, Clara tucked against his side. Then his phone buzzed. Tae-hyun. Permission to begin the investigation. He set down his chopsticks. I need everything on Kang Ju-won. Every secret, every crime. Anything to destroy him. Clara's hand went to her belly. Do it. Once I start, I won't stop. He took everything from me first. My dignity, my safety. So yes, I'm sure. He typed in Korean, hit send. Tae-hyun will have a full report by morning. That fast? I employ efficient people. Morning sun woke her 14 hours later. Gi Sweok appeared with breakfast and a tablet. Tae-hyun finished. He pulled up files. Embezzlement, gambling debts, cocaine habit. But that's not the worst. Clara's heart raced. What? 6 months ago, high on cocaine, he hit a pedestrian. A 19-year-old Park Se-jin died instantly. Her hand froze. He killed someone? His family made it disappear, paid off the police and witnesses, found a scapegoat, Se-jin's own brother, Park Dong-min. He's serving 8 years for Ju-won's crime. Oh, God! Tae-hyun recovered dash cam footage, medical records, text messages about the cleanup, bank transfers to corrupt cops. Everything. Clara set down her coffee. An innocent man is in prison. He destroys people and walks away clean. That ends now. The brother's family? Tae-hyun's voice from the doorway. A mother with dementia, ma'am. Poor state facility. He sends what he can from prison work. Tears filled Clara's eyes. Another family destroyed by Ju-won's selfishness. Get him out, she looked at Gi-seok. Please. Get Dong-min out and care for his mother. You're supposed to think about revenge, and you're thinking about saving strangers. That's what you did for me. He kissed her knuckles. This is why I love you. Gi-sweo turns to Tae-hyun. Best criminal attorney in Seoul. Reopen the case immediately. Transfer the mother to Seoul Garden Care. Private room. Full-time care. Yes, boss. After Tae-hyun left, Clara leaned against Gi-seok. What's the plan? We save Dong-min. Destroy Ju-won. Make sure everyone knows what he is. His arm wrapped around her. His family threw you away for their reputation. Let's see what that's worth when the world knows their son is a murderer. They spent the day planning, calls, orders, files piling up. By evening, they had a strategy. We give his father a choice. Turn Juwan in and cooperate. Or we release everything and take down the entire family. He'll choose himself. Exactly. He'll sacrifice Juwan for the company. Once Juwan's in custody, we make sure he never sees daylight. That night, Clara's phone buzzed. Dongman's attorney filed emergency motion. Monday hearing, evidence ready. 3 days. An innocent man might go free. A guilty one would face consequences. Clara smiled in darkness, dreaming of cherry blossoms in spring. Chairman Kang sat in his boardroom reviewing reports when his assistant entered. Pale-faced. Sir, urgent package. Leave it. 5 minutes later, he opened it. Color drained from his face. Hands trembled. A dash cam photo slipped out. His son's Mercedes, milliseconds before impact. Meeting adjourned. Everyone out. He spread the contents across the mahogany. Bank transfers with his signature. Text messages, medical records showing cocaine. Witness statements. The note, your son is a murderer. An innocent man sits in prison. 48 hours to turn him in, or I release this to every media outlet in Korea. No signature, just a deadline. He called his wife. Then the security firm holding Juwan. Bring him home. We need to talk. Juwan entered the family estate expecting salvation. His father always fixed things, but his mother sat rigid, composure cracked. His father stood by the fireplace holding papers Juwan recognized with dread. Sit down. Father, that psychopath Kong Gi-sueok. Sit down. His father threw evidence on the coffee table. What did you do? You know what I did. You helped cover it up. Kong Gi-sueok sent me everything. Chairman Kang's voice cracked like a whip. The footage I paid to delete. The transfers. The witness. Everything. Juwan's stomach dropped. We paid to protect you. His mother's voice broke. And you brought this back by attacking Kong Gi-sueok's wife? I didn't know. It doesn't matter. You put your hands on a pregnant woman in public. Recognition dawned. You're throwing me to him. We can't protect you from Kong Gi-sueok. Pay him. We have money. He doesn't want money. He wants justice. 48 hours or he destroys everything. So you're choosing the company over your son. You chose this when you killed that boy. When you touched Kong Gi-sueok's wife. His father's voice was ice. You made these choices. Now live with them. I'm your son. And you're a liability. Minji's family broke the engagement. Your face is everywhere. You've destroyed everything we built. Please. Father, you should have thought about consequences before you became more trouble than you're worth. Juwan looked at his mother. She turned away. I'm sorry, she whispered, not meeting his eyes, but not sorry enough to fight. Juwan sat surrounded by luxury. Corruption had bought and understood. He was alone. He'd always been alone. 6 a.m. Prosecutor Han Min-seo stood before cameras at Seoul Central District Prosecutor's office. Behind her, photos of Park Se-jin, 19, smiling, alive. 8 months ago, Park Se-jin was killed in a hit and run. His family was told he was drunk, that another driver caused the accident. That driver is serving time. She paused. That was a lie. Evidence proves Park Se-jin was killed by Kang Juwan while under cocaine influence. The family orchestrated a cover-up. An innocent man was imprisoned for Juwan's crime. The room erupted. Park Dong-min has spent 8 months in detention for a crime Kang Juwan committed. We're filing for immediate release and investigating everyone involved in the cover-up. By noon, every luxury brand dropped Juwan. Friends blocked his number. Minji gave a tearful interview. I had no idea I was engaged to a monster. Clara watched from bed, Gi-sueok beside her. She's good, almost believable. Self-preservation looks like remorse. He closed his laptop. But she's irrelevant. I want to see him. His head snapped up. Absolutely not. Not face to face. But I want you to tell him something. She was quiet. I want you to tell him I forgive him. Clara, not for him. For me. I need to let this go before it poisons our happiness. She looked at him. But he needs to understand forgiveness doesn't mean escape. He studied her face, then nodded. I can do that. Seoul Detention Center was grim. Gray walls, fluorescent lighting, industrial cleaner failing to mask unpleasant smells. Private visiting room, metal table, 2 chairs. The guard gave them privacy. Ju-won looked terrible. Designer clothes gone, replaced by gray scrubs. Hair limp, eyes hollow. You did this. No. Gi-suak sat casually. You did. I just made sure everyone knew. My father chose his company over his son. Kang Corporation's stock is recovering. Publicly disowning a murderer is good for business. Ju-won's face crumbled. They abandoned me. Like you abandoned Clara. Like you abandoned your son. Gi-suak's voice was pleasant. Do you understand now? I didn't mean... The night I met her, she stood in front of my car in the rain. Know what she said? Pause. I have nothing left to live for. Your abandonment did that. I'm sorry. You're sorry you got caught. Silence. What do you want? I want you to think about the life you could have had. A woman who loved you. A son. A future. Cold eyes. Instead, you chose drugs, selfishness, running from responsibility. How long? 15 to 20 years. Dongmin gets released on Monday. Full compensation. His mother is in the best care facility. They get their lives back. And I lose mine. Yes. Gi-suak stood. Oh, one more thing. Your family isn't broke. Your father threw you to wolves to save the company. Stock's rebounding. Your mother gave tearful interviews about failed parenting. They're fine. But I'm not. No. Clara's home with our daughter. She's having her soon. You're exactly where you belong. Please. Gi-suak paused at the door. Clara wanted me to tell you something. She forgives you. Ju-won's face went blank. She forgives me? She does, because holding anger hurts her more than you. She let it go. She healed. She moved on. She's happy. Understanding dawned, the cruelest kind. Forgiveness didn't mean freedom. It meant she was free and he was trapped. The door closed. Ju-won sank into his chair and finally understood the full weight of loss. Not just Clara, not just his son, not just freedom, himself, and no money could buy that back. The next day, Clara stood outside Seoul Detention Center. Winter sun broke through the clouds. Prison doors opened. Park Dong-min emerged, blinking like a man surfacing from deep water. Thin, wary, scanning with distrust. Yeah, he saw them. Stopped. Who are you? Clara stepped forward carefully. Someone who understands being abandoned and blamed for things you didn't do. Gi-suak extended an envelope. Job offer at one of my businesses. Apartment deed in Mapo. Your mother's new facility information. Seoul Garden Care. Private room. Best dementia specialists. Dongmin's hands trembled opening it. His face cycled through disbelief, hope, confusion, relief. He dropped to his knees and sobbed. Why would you do this? Because the man who put you here hurt my wife. Justice. You get your life back. He loses his. Dongmin looked up through tears. You're the pregnant woman from the news he pushed? Yes. I heard you lost a baby before. Because of him. Clara's hand went to her belly where Ji-young kicked. I did, but I'm healing. And you deserve to heal too. I'm nobody. You made one choice under duress, Gi-suak corrected. Not the same as killing someone and framing an innocent person. Dongmin stood. Thank you. I'll spend my life repaying this. Live well, be happy, care for your mother. That's payment enough. They drove him to Seoul Garden Care, sunlit room, garden views, proper medication, comprehensive care. When his mother saw him, confusion flickered, then cleared briefly. Dongmin, my boy. I'm home, Yama. Clara and Gi-suak left them in the garden while Dongmin held his mother, crying with the relief of survival. One down, Clara said softly. Gi Sueok wrapped his arm around her. Many more to go. 1 month after Ji Young's birth, Clara stood before a converted building in Itaewon. Second Chance's home. 20 residential units, on a counseling offices, legal aid, childcare center, Korean language classes, job training, everything she'd wished for when she was alone and broken. Inside, Gi Sueok held newborn Ji Young while staff made final preparations. Tomorrow, their first 3 residents would arrive. Maria from the Philippines, left pregnant with twins. Lynn from Vietnam, fleeing domestic violence. Amara from Nigeria, stranded by romance fraud. Clara had interviewed them all, seen her own story reflected. "It's perfect," she whispered. Gi Sueok appeared beside her, Ji Young asleep in his arms. "You're perfect. This is not just a building. It's proof terrible things can become beautiful. That rock bottom can be foundation." The opening ceremony was small. Staff, volunteers, the 3 residents, a few donors. Clara stood at the podium, Ji Young in a carrier on her chest. "A year ago, I was at my lowest. Lost a child, lost my partner, lost hope, alone in a foreign country, broken. Maria nodded with recognition. "Then I met someone who showed me rock bottom can be foundation. You can build anything if you refuse to stay down." She gestured to the women. "You were all at rock bottom, but you refused to stay down. You asked for help. That's the hardest part." Lynn wiped tears. "This foundation exists because someone believed in me. Now we believe in you. You'll learn Korean, find jobs, start businesses. Whatever your path, we'll walk it with you." Genuine applause filled the room. After, Clara met individually with each resident, sharing pieces of her story. "How did you do it?" Maria asked. Clara looked at Ji Young. "I learned I was stronger than I thought. Yet that asking for help isn't weakness. That the right person can change everything. Your husband? Yes. But more importantly, I learned to believe in myself again. That's what we want for you." Maria touched her belly. "I want my babies to have better lives." "They will. I promise." Clara walked away with teary eyes because she remembered her life and how hopeless it had been, and the day Ji Young was born, which she will never forget. That day, labor started at 3 a.m. Clara woke to a vice-like contraction. "Gi Sueok," instantly awake. "What's wrong?" "Baby's coming." The man who ran Seoul's underworld went pale. "Okay, hospital. We need—" He scrambled up, nearly tripping. "The bag." Clara laughed despite the next contraction. "Breathe, Joggy. I'm in labor. I can't lose you, either of you." "You won't. We're strong." And remember? 12 minutes to Seoul National Hospital with security clearing the way. Dr. Kim is waiting. "Right on time. Let's have a baby." 14 hours of labor. Gi Sueok holding her hand, whispering encouragement, terrified. "You're so strong, Jagia." "I'm dying." "You're bringing life. There's a difference. Time to push." "I can't." Gi Suok's face appeared. "You survived abandonment, homelessness, loss. You rebuilt from nothing. You can do anything." "I'm scared." "Me too, but we're doing this together." 37 minutes of pushing. Then Dr. Kim's voice came again. "One more." Clara pushed with everything left. Suddenly a baby, wet, squirming, screaming. "She's here," Clara sobbed. Gi Suok stared, tears streaming. "She's so small." "She's perfect." Ji Young Grace Kong, wisdom and brave. Grace because God gave grace when they needed it. Gi Sueok held his daughter with shaking hands. This dangerous man transformed into a father. "I will give you the world, protect you with my life, teach you to be strong like your mother." Ji Young yawned and slept. 6 months later, Clara stood at a hotel ballroom podium, 200 faces watching. Second Chance's home had helped 47 women in 6 months. Tonight's fundraiser would fund a second location. Ji Young slept in Gi Sueok's arms and back. He caught her eye, smiled, nodded encouragement. "A year ago, I was at my lowest. Lost a child, lost my partner, lost hope, alone, broke, broken. Silence. Then I met someone who showed me rock bottom can be a foundation. You can build anything if you refuse to stay down. Maria with her twins. Lynn has a new job. Amara enrolled in university. The women we've helped, all at rock bottom, but they refused to stay down. Applause building. They learned Korean, found jobs, started businesses. Some returned to school. Some reconnected with families. Some found new families. Genuine warm applause. This foundation exists because someone believed in me. Now we believe in them. With your help, we can believe in even more. Standing ovation. After a young woman approached. Korean, early 20s. Expensive clothes hiding fear. Mrs. Kong, I'm being abused by my boyfriend. Powerful family. I don't know how to leave safely. Clara took her trembling hands. You just took the hardest step. You asked for help. Let me show you what's possible. Gi-swak appeared, Ji-young sleeping against his chest. What's his name? The woman hesitated, whispered it. Gi-swak's expression didn't change, but Clara knew that look. That man's world was about to get complicated. We'll handle it. You'll be safe, I promise. She left with foundation information. Emergency shelter. Resources. Another abuser to deal with, Clara said softly. Another woman to save. Like I saved you. You gave me tools to save myself. Then we'll give her the same. He shifted Ji-young. It's what we do now. That night, their penthouse overlooking Seoul. Ji-young in her nursery, sleeping peacefully. Clara and Gi-swak on their balcony, his arms around her, watching city lights. Do you ever think about him, Ju-won? Sometimes. Wonder if he regrets anything. Does it matter? She considered, watching Seoul glitter below. No, not anymore. He's my past. You and Ji-young are my present and future. Good answer. Comfortable silence. This powerful couple who found love in tragedy turned pain into purpose and built a family from broken pieces. Sarang hai, Clara whispered in Korean, accent nearly perfect after a year. Sarang hai, Gi-swak echoed, kissing her temple. Inside, Ji-young stirred. Outside, Seoul glittered with possibilities. Across the city, in Seoul Detention Center, Kang Ju-won lay awake. Awake every night for 6 months, thinking about the son he never knew, the woman he destroyed, the life he threw away. 14 years, 8 months left. 5,356 days to think about consequences. To understand actions echo unpredictably. To realize the woman he called a gold digger was actually gold, and he'd been too foolish to see it. When a letter arrived Tuesday, prison mail was usually bills or legal documents. His name in unfamiliar handwriting, he opened with shaking hands. Ju-won, I'm not writing for you. I'm writing for me, to close this chapter completely. I forgive you, not because you deserve it, but because carrying anger poisoned my happiness. So I'm setting it down. I forgive you for abandoning me, for letting your family chase me into traffic, for not answering when I called about our son's death, for every cruel word. But forgiveness doesn't erase consequences. You're in prison because you killed someone and framed an innocent man. That's yours, not mine. I hope prison gives you time to become better. I hope you think about the Park family, what your selfishness cost them. I hope you find redemption, but mostly I hope you find peace, because I have. I found love, purpose, family. I found myself. Thank you for leaving me, because if you hadn't, I never would have found him. Be well, Clara Kong-ju-won read it 3 times, carefully folded it, placed it under his pillow, and for the first time in 6 months he cried, not for himself, though self-pity was there, but for everything lost, everything destroyed, and the woman he lost forever, just like the life he could have had. The Yinan. Thank you so much for watching Clara and Gi-swak's incredible story of love, justice, and redemption. If this touched your heart, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Afro-Korean romance stories. What did you think about Clara's decision to forgive Ju-won? Do you think he deserved his fate? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. Until next time, keep believing in second chances, in the power of love to heal all wounds. I'll see you in the next video.